Hi, welcome today for the Canadian enthusiast, KG enthusiast. Today on the show, first of all, I have to tell you today it's going to be a rather long show. A lot of things have happened today in the automotive industry, so let's get to before the things have happened. So it's going to be a long show, so please be with me on this show. It's definitely worth the long show and the long time you're going to spend with me on this episode. Now, this week it's very important. A lot of iconic nameplates have returned after 20 plus years of waiting, and major strides have been made in electrification as well. But before that, I like to say please put a like in my channel and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. And if you want anything to talk about, especially about a certain vehicle, put in the comment section. Thank you very much. Let's start the show. Now, first, today is going to be, as I said, it's going to be a long episode. So let's start off by talking the easier ones first, so we can get to the bigger, juicier topics. Now, BMW just within 4 hours ago, BMW revealed the iX3, which is a EV electric version of the BMW X3. Now, it's something that I'm totally accustomed to. I'm not myself a full electric EV fan. But there are plenty of EV fans in the world, and I totally respect your point of view. I totally respect your community. I totally respect that. But this is not a dual electric motor like a Tesla. But the problem is, to get a dual motor in Tesla, you end up paying over $100,000. So in the BMW iX3, the prices have not been extremely confirmed, but it could be around $50,000 considering for the first time, BMW has assured us this is not a separate model. In fact, BMW tell us that this iX3 is only a trim level in the X3, so something really special, and you can't buy this thing in the United States or in Canada because this thing is built specifically for the Chinese market, specifically as a part of a joint venture. So I will not go deeper than that, as I will end the BMW iX3 topic. And another simple motor news I want to talk about is the next generation Jaguar XJ has been delayed to next year as a part of cost-cutting measures, as they want to focus on the more financially profitable models. So that also something I want to mention quickly. There will be a different show about that, so join me on that. Now, of course, another small news is that Jeep has confirmed, something we get to a bit later, the Jeep Gladiator has now officially confirmed the V6 diesel is now available in the Jeep Gladiator very soon. It's now officially available, and the prices will start somewhere around $45,000 above, considering the trim levels for the diesel engine. Now let's talk about another small news. I'm trying to get the small news first, so because the last 2 vehicles I'm going to talk will take most of your time. Is the General Motors has confirmed that the Chevy Equinox and the GMC Terrain will be no longer having the option of having the 2-liter turbo engine, meaning you are left with the 170 horsepower 1.5 turbo. Disappointing. We will make a separate video about that as well. Join me in the future on that as well. Now let's talk about the main 2 vehicles that we have to talk about today, the big headline grabbers. Let's start off by talking about history lesson for you. The Ford Bronco is one of those early SUVs that combine on-road manners and off-road duties, with a fixed roof on top, and of course not luxury, but certainly began the trend by far more posh than a Willys Jeep. The Bronco went upmarket through the decade, through the 60s, through the 70s, became, in the end in 1996, it entered production as a luxury vehicle, as a luxury mid-size, as a full-size SUV, as a luxury vehicle for the rich, and specifically O.J. Simpson's chasing vehicle, so infamously remember that. But the Bronco was out of the reach for over 20 plus years. Now it's back. And finally, the Bronco's arrival, it's not a full size anymore because it doesn't work anymore. The mindology of full size 3 doesn't work anymore, because if you go full size, you compete against things like the Range Rover Sport and that category. So it's now downsized for a mid-size Bronco, like the old Bronco 2. It's based on the Ford Ranger, so it has stayed true to its form, as expected to be a body-on-frame, rugged SUV. But unlike the old Bronco, this thing focuses on comfort as well. But the biggest party piece about the Ford Bronco you need to know, its arch rival is the Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep Wrangler is the arch rival. Ford has talked about it. They have openly said about opening war with the Jeep Wrangler. And it's something that I'm eagerly waiting to see what the response of the Wrangler going to be from Jeep a post for the Bronco reveal, something I'm really look forward to seeing on that one. But let's talk about what we know about the Bronco. It's available in 3-door SUV form or 5-door SUV form, and it's a 4-wheel drive. Go 4-wheel drive, don't go rear wheel drive for once, don't go, only 4-wheel drive I guess. And a 10-speed automatic is available, and a 7-speed manual transmission is available. So Ford has served the enthusiasts with many things. Ford has served enthusiasts with the option of a manual transmission. I don't know how much the manual transmission will sell, but it's very good to know that it offers, because usually I often say this, sometimes manufacturers have to offer a certain body style, not necessarily for sales, but to maintain the authenticity of the product. Like in the Mini, you can have the 3-door Mini, not because you buy the 3-door Mini most of the occasion, but you want to know that they maintain the authenticity. Nothing more about authenticity. It's a long topic, authenticity. It's a long topic. It can change, it depends on the upgrading processes. Now, trim levels are the biggest thing about the Bronco. It starts with base, big bend, outer banks, wild track, and bad land. These are some long trim levels. And obviously important to remember is that there are packages. Now, for my most infamous package I am focused is the luxury trim called the Lux trim, which gives you tons of standard features in your Bronco. So something that's I can eagerly appreciate, I recommend you to. Now, engine wise, the Bronco is available with a 2.7 liter twin turbo V6 with 310 horsepower, and the Ranger's 2.3 liter 4-cylinder turbo with 270 horsepower. Now, the engine options, the Bronco was a long conversation debate about will we get the 3-liter twin turbo V6 or we get in the 2.7 or only the 2.3. There was a long debate about the Bronco's engine options, which turned out to be rather really a false accusation, because Ford was always going to give 2 engine options for better profit margins, like in the Ford Explorer. According to many recent reports that Ford documents, that the best-selling trim level of the Ford Explorer is the range-topping platinum trim. So more people end up buying the range-topping trim level than a mid-range trim. So for sake of profit margins, obviously they offer 2 engine options. Now, the Bronco's engine seems pretty good. It's more powerful than the Jeep Wrangler's 3.0 Pintastar V6, which makes 286 horsepower. The 4-cylinder engine is also quite interesting. It's only 1 horsepower down for the Jeep Wrangler's 2-liter turbo, and it's actually 10 more than the Wrangler diesel. Now, I will be talking about Wrangler and Bronco comparisons a little bit more. Now, I've seen the pictures about the Bronco styling, and I can tell you it's a one cool looking vehicle indeed. There's no question about the styling of the Bronco, and I can argue the 2 best reveals in this decade we've seen so far. Classic nameplates for me is the Land Rover Defender and the Bronco are 2 excellent product launches, because they both products serve a different purpose. Land Rover wanted the Defender to go upmarket from being a Bronco for so many years of its life. Land Rover's biggest problem with the old Defender was they couldn't sell because it was too basic. Part of the reason. That's a different video. Join me on that as well. Now, the thing about the Bronco that they also said is about its off-road capabilities. It's going to be tremendously capable off-road as a Jeep Wrangler. So that's something that enthusiasts will have a war about. I can't wait to join that conversation in the comment section when you guys talk about which is more capable. I would love to, and importantly, I love to see many enthusiasts between Ford and Jeep join in the comment section. Please tell me what you think best between the 2, Bronco or Wrangler. Give me your opinion. Give me your opinion, because I would love to see your opinion, what you think about the 2, what's your pick. Now, of course, it's important to understand that the Bronco is sort of a crucial party piece for Ford. So prices, let's get to the prices. It starts from $28,000, the basic trim, which you don't buy. Let's be very clear, no one buys entry-level trim levels. You never buy, because if you have money to spend, you end up buying the best trim level all the occasion. Then you get up to 28,000. But the range-topping trim level for now is the first edition. That is the model that signifies the relaunch of the Bronco, which cost $59,000, which means you get all the standard equipment as standard. But one I will recognize as the range topper in the long run is the Badland trim. Actually, it's the Badland. That's the actual long-term range topper, which summarizes to a Rubicon Nest in a Wrangler or to Overland trim. So while Ford introduced the Bronco, Ford have also decided that they want to turn Bronco not just a vehicle but a brand name. Something that, like in Land Rover's case, you have the Range Rover, the main Range Rover, then you have the Range Rover Sport, then you get the Range Rover Evoque. So you got this formatation of adopting a nameplate policy. The main name is the flagship, other ones are the vehicles that follows. Now, I want to be honest with you. The Land Rover Defender and the Discovery argument keeps coming in. That's a different topic. But the Bronco has something just like what Land Rover has done. They call this the Bronco Sport. It's virtually a more rugged looking version of the Ford Escape, which is more rugged looking, or think of it as a cheaper alternative towards the Bronco, the main Bronco. It's because the prices. If it's cheap alternative, I must talk about the prices. The prices for the Bronco Sport starts from $28,000 to $39,000. So that's sort of a middleweight price in the main Bronco lineup. So that's why it's a cheap alternative. It's also a reason by Ford sort of trying to bolster Ford sales numbers as well. The Ford Escape is known for being a little bit controversial, looking for a little bit like a Ford Puma. The relaunched Puma, not the classic Puma. So it's often a little bit funny about the Ford Bronco Sport, but I think the Ford Bronco is a hit because it's like a family, you know. Let me give you infamous story. General Motors used to measure the brand loyalty, brand prestige like apartment building. The first floor is the budget floor, second floor gets better, the middle part of the apartment building is the middle income, then you climb up, then top is the condominium, top is the penthouse, that is Cadillac. So in this regard, Bronco is the penthouse, this is the mid-range offering. So you buy a Bronco Sport, then you trade up to a main Bronco. That is the minor logic behind it. So something to look forward to. Now engines wise, engine should be same as Escape 1.5 turbo and a 2-liter turbo. No hybrid models are offered. Let's get that thing straight. Now trim levels wise, they've taken the continuation of the Bronco, but it will be less options. So the base trim, big bend, outer banks, surprisingly, Badland and the first edition cost $39,000. My final view about these two launches is that I think we are in a wonderful decade, and I know many people might say this decade because of the COVID-19 pandemic and all the things. I request people who are living through the distress of social distancing and all that, in these tough times, enjoy these vehicle launches. And I think there is no better time in your life to decide what's the vehicle you're going to choose rather than when the time in your house. Because when you buy a vehicle now, you can cross-check what you want to buy. So don't buy the vehicle for the sake because I'm saying buy it. Since you spend a lot of time at home, spend time, cross-check your vehicle what you want to buy. So that is my recommendation for you. Do your best to come out of these tough times. These are some tough times for humanity. We are all used to going out, living our life. So help the social distancing and please. And of course, as I end the episode on the note, Ford has certainly got a successful launch. It depends on the consumers to buy the product. So I am not a judge to say which is better, Wrangler or Bronco. I want the enthusiast to enlighten me. What do you think? What is best in the comment section? And also give me your opinion about is the Bronco Sport a necessity or not required. So thank you very much for joining my channel. So please put a like and subscribe to my channel.